The new Fantastic Tames DLC has arrived, and with it comes the first of 3 new creatures that will change the game forever. But is the Burrowbuck any good? Hello Dodo Crew and welcome back for another video on ARK Ascended. Grab a bottle of water and let's get straight into it. This video is sponsored by TBS, so make sure to stick around to the end of it for more details. The Burrowbuck spawns extremely frequently and can be found on almost every map. You can find and tame it on the Center, Scorched Earth, Aberration, Extinction, Ragnarok, Astraeus and Valguero. This means that it doesn't spawn on the island and Lost Colony, which is a bit odd. I can understand Lost Colony, but the island is a bit strange. Though who am I to question it? Apart from Scorched Earth, it spawns in forest regions and is fairly easy to find there. Usually either a single one or a pair with a baby spawns here. On Scorched Earth, you will usually find them in the regions around the river in the center. They're most likely to spawn in the southern region of this. You'll actually find them there almost instantly. Here you can see the regions where I found Burrowbucks. The map isn't complete, but you should find some quite easily in these areas. If you cannot find a Burrowbuck, it's best to just use a gene scanner and search for them by flying around. And if you don't want to search for a Burrowbuck, I've put the spawn command in the video description. Just fill in the level you want and you're good to go. Burrowbucks are very easy to tame. They spawn in relatively safe regions and can easily be tamed by passive feeding them rocket. Therefore, you can actually tame them quite early in the game, as on most maps you can farm carrots or loot them in beacons. But you have to be careful. If you approach them too quickly, you'll scare them off. They will blind you and then run away from you. During that process, they either dig a tunnel and appear somewhere else, or they simply jump far away and land in the middle of nowhere. The fleeing mechanic works similar to a whalewind, who just jumps away when he sees you and then cannot be tamed for some time. When that happens, you can tame them for a certain amount of time and you have to leave them and get out of their aggro range, so they don't see you. After that, you can try again. Put some carrots on the 0 slot of your hotbar, crouch, and then feed them by pressing E when you're close enough. I had the feeling that it was a bit easier to get close to them with a ghillie suit before they attacked me or ran away. But I don't think it makes any difference. I've managed it a few times without and with a ghillie suit, so it shouldn't be a problem that way either. They are breedable and don't lay eggs, but this actually would have been a fun Easter egg with the Burrowbuck. The females and males have different names, so if you want to search for them with a mod or something similar, you have to watch out for putting in the right name. The Burrowbuck saddle can be crafted at level 33 and is incredibly cheap to make, which makes it a really good early game mount, especially when you consider its abilities. Apart from that, the saddle doesn't have any major special features. The Burrowbuck gets its name from its most important mechanic, the burrow system. You can place burrows by pressing C, and with X you can cycle between different burrow types. Right now there are 3 different burrows you can use, and honestly, some of them are way stronger than they look. The first one is the trap burrow. This places a hidden burrow into the ground, and if an enemy player or creature walks over it, the burrow instantly collapses and traps the enemy for a short amount of time. This can be insanely useful for catching other players or defending choke points in PvP. This thing is probably going to be incredibly annoying to fight against, because it blocks enemy from rocket or chicken running. The second burrow type is the gateway. These basically work like public teleporters and allow you to fast travel between connected burrows. You can have up to 6 active burrows at the same time, which opens up some pretty crazy mobility options. This could honestly become really strong for moving around on large maps, faster farming, repositioning in PvP, or even hidden travel networks. And finally, there is the hidey hole. This is basically a temporary underground bunker that players can hide inside of. The structure lasts for 2 days before collapsing and can be built almost anywhere. This thing is probably going to be extremely useful for hidden loot stashes, emergency hiding spots, preparing for a raid, or just surviving after getting wiped or an early game. You can build inside the hidey hole, which means you can place structures like foundations, crafting stations, beds, or anything else. Even creatures can enter the hidey hole. I honestly can already see solo players abusing this mechanic everywhere. The Burrowbuck also has surprisingly good mobility. The first movement ability is the double jump, which can simply be activated while pressing the space key in the air. But the more interesting movement mechanic is the long jump. By holding the jump button and looking upwards, the Burrowbuck charges a massive leap forward, allowing it to travel surprisingly far distances very quickly. This makes the creature feel way more mobile than you would probably expect at first glance. Another really interesting mechanic is Dirt Camo. When activated, the Burrowbuck hides itself underground and becomes much harder to spot while also losing enemy aggro. This means wild creatures will stop targeting you, which can be incredibly useful for escaping dangerous situations or sneaking through areas safely. Depending on how strong the camouflage actually is against players, this ability could become really annoying in PvP as well. And finally, which is kinda funny, the Burrowbuck can also farm seeds extremely efficiently. This makes it surprisingly useful for farming resources and especially for players that heavily rely on crops, kibble, or larger breeding setups. So while most people will probably focus on the PvP utility, the Burrowbuck also has some pretty solid PvE value as well. I honestly think the Burrowbuck is going to be one of the strongest early game creatures we've gotten in a while. The main reason for that is simply its insane mobility. The double jump already makes moving around way easier compared to most early game tames. Being able to quickly jump across terrain, cliffs, rivers or dangerous areas gives the Burrowbuck way more utility than most creatures you would normally have at this stage of the game. The Burrow system is going to be incredibly useful early on. Especially the hidey hole can basically act as a temporary hidden base, allowing you to safely store loot, hide from enemies or survive after getting wiped. And then there is even more, the gateway burrows. Being able to place up to 6 public teleport burrows is honestly kind of insane for an early game creature. Fast travel alone can completely change how quickly you progress, especially on larger maps like Astraeus. You could easily set up farming routes, connect important resource locations, travel safely between hidden spots, or quickly move around the map without needing expensive creatures. For solo players and small tribe players, this thing could end up becoming one of the best utility creatures in the early game. And then the Burrowbuck also looks surprisingly strong for base defense. The biggest reason for that is the trap burrow mechanic. Since the burrow automatically traps enemies that walk over it, this could become extremely annoying for players trying to push tight entrances, caves or choke points. From what I've seen so far, trap burrows can completely stop chicken and rocket running, which is insane in the current meta. That alone could make this creature incredibly valuable in PvP, because movement and mobility are one of the biggest parts of raiding. Imagine trying to push a cave entrance or run rockets towards a wall and suddenly getting trapped underground for a few seconds. Even a short delay can completely destroy a push. And because the burrows are hidden, enemies might not even realize where they are placed until it's already too late. I honestly think people are heavily underestimating how annoying this creature could become defensively once tribes start properly abusing these mechanics. Is it any good? Is it any good? It is kinda insane how strong the Burrowbuck is. Literally all of its mechanics either help scaling or help shifting the meta away from rocket running, which is something I like. The design itself is okay, but its abilities are refreshing and fun. Are you tired of playing alone on a dead server? Sick of lag, wipes and admins who never show up? Then it's time to join TBS. Enough of this nonsense, we've seen it all before. it's still TBS. Tougher, better, stronger. And you can win real money if you're the best. Links are in the description. I'll see you on the cluster. I hope you liked this video, and I'm thrilled to rate if this video has helped you. Hit the like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and consider subbing to the channel. Alright, Frodo.